"What's the matter with you?" said Irv. He spoke in a low voice and never took his eyes off the monitors and slouched down even farther into his seat, as if withdrawing into a shell to indicate that questions and comments were not welcome. On the screen, the boy continued, "You ain't seen no snakes. I mean, hell, you can't tell me you seen no snakes out here in no broad daylight." "Deed I did too, Jimmy," said the raw-boned boy right across the table from him. "You know, like it gets sunny late in the morning, toward noon. They like to come out here on the concrete strip over the depot, where it's warm, just stretch out for a spell. Saw one yesterday, big old rattler. Sucker must have been as big around as a gasoline hose." The big blonde let out a ferocious sigh. What are these people saying? We're going to have to use subtitles, Irv, and see if somebody can't do something about the light. "I don't want to use subtitles," said Irv in a whisper meant to admonish her to keep quiet. "I don't want to create the impression that gay bashers are some kind of strange alien creatures, because they're not. I want to show they're the boy next door. They're as American as 7-Eleven or Taco Bell, and they're bigots and they're murderers." "Well, that's fine," said Her Erect Highness, "but these 3 kids, suppose one of them blurts out the whole thing while we're sitting here. Suppose one of them says, 'Right, I'm the one who killed him,' and it comes out, 'Right, I'm the one what killed the queer.' How's the viewer supposed to know? I mean, these kids are speaking rural Romanian. I say we use subtitles." "It's not that hard to understand," whispered Irv, getting testy. "I thought you were from the South." "I am, but—" She broke off. Her eyes were pinned on the monitors. Besides, the light's too dim. Irv's voice rose. "Too dim?" He gestured toward the screens. "What do you think this is, the Wonder Years? That's a dive, a saloon, a gin mill, a topless bar in Fayetteville, North Carolina, Mary Carey. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's real life you're looking at in real time, and that's the light that's there." "Fine, but considering we've already gone to the trouble of wiring the place, who's the field producer on this piece?" "Ferretti." "Well, get him on the line. I want to talk to him." "I'm not calling him in the middle of a live feed when he's monitoring an undercover operation." "I don't see what difference—" "Shh," said Irv, slouching down still farther and concentrating on the monitors as if the 3 boys were about to say something pertinent. But it was just more redneck saloon jabber about snakes and God knew what else. Truth was, Mary Carey was right. They probably would have to use subtitles, but he didn't feel like giving her the satisfaction of saying so. He couldn't stand the way she was already saying "we," as if she'd actually done some work on this piece. Up until tonight, when she finally agreed to spend a couple of hours monitoring the feed with him, she hadn't done a thing. But obviously she was ready as usual to march in and take credit if the piece worked out. He had a very strong instinct about this piece. It was going to work out. And suppose he hit the jackpot. Suppose the 3 soldiers hung themselves right on that videotape. Who would get the credit? All the newspaper stories, the editorials, the op-ed pieces, all the pronouncements by the politicians, all the letters from the viewers would talk about this big, gross, aging blonde sitting up in this chair with her regal posture as if she actually ran the show. All anybody would talk about would be Mary Carey Brokenborough. The dumb, irritating way she said her own name on the air started running through his brain. On the air, she still spoke with half a southern accent. Mary Carey Brokenborough. That was the way it came out. She pronounced her own name as if it were a piece of rhyming trochaic duometer. It was ridiculous, but people loved it. Mary Carey Brokenborough. He stole a glance. The light of the monitors played across her big, broad face. Up close, in person, she wasn't much. Not anymore. There was something gross about her supposed good looks. She was 42, and her skin was getting thick, and her nose was getting thick, and her lips were getting thick, and her hair was turning gray so that she had to go to some hair colorist on Madison Avenue, or he came to her, whichever. 8 years ago, when she had first signed on with the network, she had still been... He closed his eyes for an instant and tried to envision her as she had been then. But instead of seeing her, he felt, all over again, the humiliation...